is Monday, April the 28th, 2025. I am James. You are you. We are here currently 9:42 p.m. 12 minutes past the advertised start time. Not great, but not bad either. We advertised 9:30, which is a vast improvement from 10 p.m., but also a slightly deprovement from 9 o'clock p.m. But we're splitting hairs. We're meeting in the middle. This is what we call a compromise. Because sometimes in life, when you're in a relationship, whether it's romantic, whether it's familial, whether it's platonic, compromise is important. And that's what we have managed to do here. And if we can do it on this show, what's stopping you? Whether it's someone you're in love with, whether it's a family member that's tormenting you, this, that, or the other. This is a very special episode of the At Home with James show. We're going to teach you how to manage difficult relationship dynamics, toxic and otherwise. But also, it's election night tonight in Canada. People are going to the polls. And this is the voice of someone that would be hosting something on the CBC, which is uniquely Canadian unto itself. Here we call it the CBC. In the States, no one calls it the NBC, the CNN. We've decided to refer to CBC as the CBC, the Canadian Broadcasting, what is it, Channel Corporation? I don't know. You figure it out. Quote from a great Canadian, Steve Spiros. Before we get into it, let's welcome the former co-pilot, former co-host, former side piece, but now he's the full-time main squeeze. Let's welcome Dave Kaufman to the program. Dave, I see you have maintained the 9:30 background on your image.
Well, I was going to update it, James. I was going to update
what, 9:42?
it. No.
To what?
No, I was going to update it to this. Hold on, let me see if I can do it.
You're doing this live on the air.
Doing it live on the air.
Do it live, as Bill O'Reilly once said.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
I'll write it and I'll do it. Can we talk about that for a second?
Sure, yeah.
That famous clip of Bill O'Reilly freaking out. What was it, Inside Edition or whatever?
Yeah.
Just absolutely humiliated that he was botching his lines and he couldn't understand the term to play us out.
Yeah.
That was a meltdown because of his own humiliation.
Yeah.
What do you
It was
think?
pretty funny, though.
We've all felt that.
Yeah. Let's just do it anyway.
Okay, so your background is, do you want to live? Vote or Die features Paris Hilton, 50 Cent. Is that Mary J. Blige?
Yeah.
Who's that behind you?
I don't want to show it.
Who's that beside? Is it Maya beside the person?
I forget who this is.
Now, is it R. Kelly?
No, it's not R. Kelly, but it ranks alongside R. Kelly. Now, this was a famous ad campaign by a certain blank Diddy.
Yeah, B. Diddy.
Yeah, B. Diddy.
Standing for blank.
Yeah. And he had a big campaign. I think this was this was like the Obama years, maybe?
Sure.
2008.
Yeah.
Back when he was still in the good graces of everyone because his little skeletons were still in their closet.
Right. So, but we're not going to give you any more hints as to who this is.
No. But yeah, he had a.
One might say he's been a bad boy for life.
Yeah. And as of right now, he ain't going nowhere.
Dave, how was your weekend?
I'm gonna change this background, James.
It's really making you a little bit nervous, right?
It's making me a bit uncomfortable.
It's probably because you're like, I don't want to sit in this position.
I don't want to sit in this position, and I don't want this gentleman eyeing me from behind. There you go.
All right, back to 9:30.
9:30.
Well, we burned at least 2 minutes of riff on that. Dave, your weekend, tell me a little bit about it.
What did I do? I had a little kid's
What did you do now? What did you do?
Yeah. Well, I woke up in the morning on Saturday. I'm not gonna do that.
You're doing the
I was
B-52s or are
doing
you
B
doing
52s.
Kesha?
Yeah.
Woke up in the morning feeling like who,
Oh
my
no.
friend?
Oh no.
Let's just say B Diddy.
Yeah, B Diddy.
Woke up in the morning feeling like B Diddy. Did you like that song when it came out, Dave?
Uh,
TikTok on the clock, but the party don't stop. No.
did I like it? No.
Yeah, or did you love it?
I wouldn't say I loved it either. It was
Okay.
okay. It was like there's like certain songs that are just on the radio, and it's not like I'm like, oh, get this away from me, but it's just there.
Yeah, that would be more of a James thing.
Yeah, you have like a
Very
visceral
intolerant.
reaction. Yeah, you're an
Yeah,
intolerant
it
guy.
is visceral. Yeah.
Yeah. What did I do this weekend? That's a
Yeah.
great question. I'm trying to remember. I had my kids' dance class, and
Yep.
then on
Which you've
Saturday.
been ordered to stay 50 feet away from. There
Oh,
might be loose underpants on the ground that you might want to inspect to tell if they are dirty or not.
well, I only inspect them to tell them they're dirty. So you either sort them for the laundry or put them away.
Yeah. So you're more of a good Samaritan.
Yeah, it's public service.
All right. Yeah.
Um, and then in the afternoon, I had a little kid's birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
How was that?
yeah, it was what it was.
Was it themed? Was it Minions themed?
No, it wasn't Minions themed.
Now, do you think you can still do birthday parties in the McDonald's playhouses?
You can, but the last time I was in one of them, my kids, they go there sometimes. The thing is, sometimes it it smells like dookie in there, like doo doo. Last time I was there, I was like, can't.
Why'd you use little kid words?
Oh,
Why
because
couldn't you say, it just smells like poop or
well, if a
something?
little kid takes a poo, you got to use a little kid word to describe it.
Right. So you're saying it smells like doo
Yeah,
doo.
it smells like caca in there.
Yeah. One of the worst words ever.
Well,
Now, Dave, do you remember
it
many years
wasn't on my
ago?
weekend.
All right.
Saturday morning, I went for breakfast at my parents' house with my family. Sunday morning, sorry. And then Sunday night, I had an improv practice.
Now, Dave, do you remember many years ago in Michael Jackson, there was that famous interview with him with I think the interviewer's name was Martin Bashir. And that was the one that was like, "Oh, he's weird again." And he's like, "It's the most loving thing you can do is share your bed with a child." And then he did sort of a follow-up where it's like, and I believe Maury Povich hosted it. It's like, here's the footage that they didn't show. It was like Michael Jackson standing up for himself. And he was talking about how after that interview came out, when he got indicted or arrested again, they put him in a jail cell and he needed to use the bathroom. And he said when the guards took him to the bathroom, they closed the door. And he said, and I quote, there was doo-doo feces everywhere.
I remember that,
So
yeah.
he used a little kid word followed by the technical term. And then he alleges that the guard said, how's that smell in there? Smell good enough for you? So what I want to know
I
is,
mean, it
Dave,
must
when
be
you
a
went
pretty
to the,
far fall from grace when you're the king of pop and then you're smelling doo doo feces in a
yeah.
prison
So
bathroom.
what I'm curious to know is, when you went to that McDonald's playroom, you smelled doo-doo feces.
I
This is
mean,
a roundabout way.
I wouldn't have described it as feces. I would have described it as doo doo,
Doo-doo,
doo doo
yeah.
caca, maybe.
Now in
Feces
that,
is too sort of technical a word, I think,
yeah.
even for an adult.
Now, in that interview special, do you remember when Michael Jackson was in that store and he's like, I want this and this and this. And then someone's like, oh, you already bought that. Well, then I want this one too.
No, I don't remember that.
I'm starting to think he was a weird guy.
Michael Jackson? Nah.
Yeah.
No, I think he was
You don't
fine.
think so?
Nah, he was normal.
Yeah, you underwear sniffers all have each other's backs.
Oh, please, James.
Please what? Hand you a pair of underwear to sniff?
Sure. I'll tell you if it's dirty.
All right, yeah. So
How do
Dave,
you
that was
tell
your
if underwear
weekend.
is dirty?
How do I tell? Well, I take them off of my body and put them in the hamper.
Yeah, but you don't. What if it's a strange pair of underwear? It's not yours.
I don't have strange pairs of underwear in my home.
Let's see. We don't deal with the same kind of problems.
Well, yeah, I don't live with a variety of roommates like you
Yeah,
do.
exactly.
You have all these roommates now.
Yeah, they don't even pay rent or do the dishes.
You just have a bunch of little kid roommates.
Yeah. And then
So that
there's
was your
doo-doo
weekend.
feces everywhere.
You
Yeah, that was
you
my
took
weekend.
your You took your kids to a dance class.
Yeah.
You went to a little kid birthday, and then you ate breakfast at your parents'.
Yeah.
Now, I noticed this is a follow-up to last week. Your mom hasn't slid into my DMs. One and done.
Well, she's mad at you, James.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Um, because you never got back to her.
You know what? You're right. I did leave her on red.
Yeah.
I did.
So
Now,
she took the hint.
did you talk to her about sending me a message?
No.
You weren't a little curious, like, hey, what's my mom doing messaging my boys?
No, I
This
try.
is this could be a Stacy's mom situation. David's mom has got it going on.
You're gonna pursue my mom.
DMs me all night and waiting for so long. James, haven't you seen the DM I sent from me? I know it might be wrong, but I'm DMing David's mom.
It's the classic Fountains of Wayne hit.
Oh yeah. This is Fountains of James.
Fountains of James.
Spelled Jaymes.
Oh yeah. Why'd you change the
David's
spelling for?
mom. Isn't it interesting the bands from those times all had kind of the same intonation?
It's like a sort of a high pitched, like emo voice almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your hair is everywhere.
It
That
was
kind of
interesting.
thing.
I was talking about this with a buddy yesterday, and we were just talking about
Yesterday.
how easy it must have been to write these songs.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, yeah, it was just like they could just say like, "Damn it, it sucks to grow up." It's like, yeah, that's how those songs, and like some of the lyrics didn't even rhyme.
Yeah.
I drove your car to the restaurant and then I ordered fries with your credit card.
Ooh, your voice cracked even there.
Well, yeah, because singing in that tone for a baritone like
It's
me.
a good impression.
Yeah, I literally, yeah.
You could have
I
been a
drove
writer
your,
for.
hold on now.
Okay.
I drove your car to the restaurant. I bought some fries with your credit card.
I'm
Why are you
sorry.
mad at me?
There's another guy who sings like you'll be doing the talk singing and then he'll be
Yeah.
like, sorry.
Oh, that seems more like God, I can't even remember the names of these bands. Like what I'm doing right now is like Good Charlotte.
Yeah, I'm thinking Blink 182.
I mean, well, yeah, they were like the legends and forefathers of
Yeah,
songs like that.
yeah,
Maybe we should do an episode where we write a pop punk song.
sure. I'd like that.
Yeah, we'd be done in 10 minutes.
Sure, and then we could just sit in silence for the rest of the 50 minutes.
Yeah. I tore my pants climbing over the fence.
James, you want an election update?
Sure.
All right, I'm watching CBC.
Well, we haven't led into that portion of the show yet.
Okay, sorry.
Right now we're dealing with important matters.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I tore my pants climbing over the fence.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay, so this song features a guy who's committing a series of very low stakes indiscretions
Yeah.
and he's very
Yeah,
apologetic.
exactly.
And it's like the song's called I'm Sorry, then in brackets, for whoever I am.
Yeah. I borrowed your car. I scratched it.
So, okay, so hold on. So, is every verse about how he borrowed his buddy's car?
Yeah,
Because now
or
you're just using my,
you said a borrowed car too?
yeah. I took your car
Oh,
to
yeah.
the restaurant.
Well,
I
that's
bought
it.
some food with your credit card, and I won't pay you back.
I'm sorry. I borrowed your car.
And maybe at the end, it's like because a lot of these songs they told a story.
Yeah.
I think at the end it's like, I am not sorry, or
Yeah.
it's like I'm sorry, but I'm gonna do it this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah,
Gonna
like he
do
does it.
it
He
all
does it.
over again.
Yeah, that's it. And then it ends. And then it's like he like
It
winks
ends
at
with
the
like it ends with
camera.
like a fart noise. What's the name of our pop punk band?
Oh man.
Mission to Nowhere.
Shark.
Maybe that might be the name of the album.
Shart.
No, come on, Dave. Take this seriously. It's a big night. Shart.
Shark.
I think you mean doo doo.
Dude, Kaka 182.
Yeah, okay, yeah, right.
I guess this is growing up.
And that's just a Blink 182 song.
Yeah, but it's about. He says it's about something else.
These guys were so popular.
Blink.
Well, all of these bands, and we just wrote one of the songs. They're just sitting around like, oh, what do we write about? What about a guy who borrows his friend's car?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, like does he also like kiss the guy's girlfriend and stuff? No, I think he just keeps borrowing the car.
I miss you. I miss you.
It's just a Blink 182 song again.
Well,
Dave, did you like any of those pop punk bands?
I like Blink 182. When they came
Of
out with
course you did. Of course.
when they had what's the one? What was their big first breakout hit?
Probably What's My Age Again.
No, before that.
Damn it.
Yeah, damn it. I
Yeah.
liked.
Well, I think but the true big one was What's My Age Again?
Yeah.
And I cannot stand all the small things. And it's primarily because of the way what's the name is Mark Hoppus or whatever, and the other guy, the way he pronounces
Mark
thing.
Hospice.
Yeah, Mark Hospice. It's a pop punk band of a bunch of very sickly people.
I'm dying.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I won't be here tomorrow.
And I can't return your car. It will be buried with me. They
Yeah.
lower him in the car into this enormous grave. Anyways, yeah, it's the way he says it's not all the small things, it's all the small things.
Yeah.
Theeengs.
Yeah.
Look, I'm putting it out there now. I'm officially putting Blink 182 into the At Home with James human toilet, the toilet for humans.
Okay. Sure. All three members?
Yeah.
Travis
they all
Barker,
stink.
Mark
Yeah,
Hospice,
he's doo-doo. And the other
who's
guy
the last one?
cares.
Tony Soprano.
Yeah, you know which one of those songs that I think I have a soft spot for?
What's that?
My Friends Over You by Good Charlotte.
I don't. How does that go?
I'd still pick now I keep singing the tune of I'm sorry. I can't get every song I sing is going to sound like,
my friends over you. I'm
yeah, it's essentially that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that one. I can't sing it. The tune is just going to be that.
Oh man, this election's heating up.
All right, so Dave, you're dropping some not so subtle hints.
No, let's keep talking about boy
It's
bands.
it's election night in Canada.
That's right.
You voted today. I went to the early polls because I wanted to avoid being in a hot gym with a bunch of people, not knowing what line to go to.
Hot Jim. You're
Yeah.
a hot Jim.
Dude, I am a hot gym. I think I might be entering my Venus period.
Oh.
I feel like
You got
right
a
now
Venus in the shower.
that's it. Yeah, it sounds like a Chris Isaac song.
No, it's a fruit sensations shampoo commercial or whatever it's called.
You mean Herbal Essences?
Yeah. No, it's not. It's a razor commercial.
Fruit Sensations?
Yeah. That's not the name, but there was a shampoo that was fruit related. But this actually is the Venus razor.
Fructus.
Yeah, Fructus. You got a Venus in the shower for another half an hour. Remember that?
Dave, it's election night in Canada.
Yeah.
You voted, I voted. It's a big night. You wanted to give us an election update. Let's
Vote or
hear it.
die. Well, right now,
Yeah.
on the CBC, they're saying that the libs are at 94 seats. The cons are at 67 seats. The BQs, the Burger Queens, are at 13 seats.
Yeah.
And the NDP, which stands for
The New Democratic Party.
the Nude Democratic Party.
Now, that is a political party that has my vote.
Yeah. No clothes allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have one seat.
Jagmeet Singh just shows up
Yeah.
nude.
Oh, yeah.
Can we just say he's the best looking of all the candidates?
This time around?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say. I saw a video with him.
We'll touch on that later on. I want to quickly touch
He
on
posted a
something you
video
mentioned.
with his turban off, and he had this giant lustrous hair.
He's got long. I saw him at the Atwater Market last week.
Yeah.
We crossed the street together.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
You should have
So,
said, "Andy, pleased to meet you."
wow. Okay, great. Well, you mentioned the BQ, the Bloc Québécois. I want
Yeah.
to talk about something local that is politically driven. Dave, as we talked about last week, our Montreal Canadiens are currently in the playoffs,
Oh yeah.
and the Quebec Language Police have demanded that the STM buses remove the text that reads "Go Habs Go."
Really?
The chant, you don't know this,
I don't know.
they received, from what I understand, a complaint from a person taking the bus. It says it should be in French to Allez Canadiens Allez. The chant that nobody says, Go Habs Go, is the chant that everyone has been saying forever.
Okay.
I was on an elevator the other day. This is the next day. It was me and only French people. And you know you've lost the plot when French Quebecers are mad at the language police. There was an article from different French members of political parties saying, this is what we're spending our money on.
Good.
Go, go. Yeah. You can't even chant. Allez. It would be Allez, Canadiens. Allez. No one
Well,
wants
let's
that.
let's play a little devil's advocate, James.
Okay. Give me that DA.
The DA, we're
Yeah.
in Quebec. The mother
Yeah.
tongue of our fair province is French,
Yes.
and this poor soul's on the bus, and he sees a word he doesn't understand because he doesn't speak the language,
Yeah.
and he goes, "What am I to do?"
Well, you know what's interesting is that they've also targeted Habs because it's true that the Francophone fans don't ever call them Habs. That's an English thing.
But it's a French word, no? Les
Well,
habitants.
yeah, but people would call them Les Habitants, but it's not really. They would maybe refer to them as their other nicknames like Les Tricolores or Les Glorieux.
Okay.
But it's most of them Les Canadiens.
So,
But I believe Go Habs Go has since been restored.
okay, by the government.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty hard to force people to communicate using certain words. I feel like this is like, you know, when like a teacher bans a word, it's just gonna make the kids want to say it more.
Doo doo.
Yeah, doo doo. Then the kids,
Yeah.
they say doo doo behind the teacher's back and they snicker.
Dave, have you been watching any of the playoffs?
Honestly, I haven't watched a minute of it, James.
Wow. Yeah, it's not looking good right now.
What's 3-1, right?
It's 3-1. The next game, game 5, is on Wednesday.
Well, maybe I'll start watching it. Maybe that'll turn things around.
Okay, so we're gonna get a bit of Dave luck.
Yeah, I'm a lucky guy.
All right. Dave, who are your favorite players on the Habs this year?
Oh, it's I.
Can you name one Montreal Canadian? Can you
Hold
name
on.
one? Yeah, can you name one?
Current?
Yep.
Okay.
I want you to put your hands up.
Not touching anything.
Yeah, yeah.
One Canadian.
Just one. If there, let's say there was $10 million on the line, you would
James,
walk away without any money.
if you had a gun to my mother's head,
Yeah.
I would,
Dave,
I would say, I'm so
Dave,
sorry.
you better
Mom."
name one, or otherwise this lady, not only is she not making that turkey this year for Christmas, but she ain't DMing nobody.
I'd say, Mom, I've loved you. I love you. I don't know. I don't know. Wait, let me think. There's got to be someone I know.
Dave,
Yeah.
look at me.
We're a young team though, James, right? It's a whole
Dave?
new, yeah. Oh no.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Mom.
It's a very young
I
team.
killed my mother because I didn't know anyone on a hockey team.
All right, don't hurt your shoulder reaching for that one.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was
Famously,
a
you're
dead-on
terrible at
commentary on what
parody
just
songs.
happened. I'm not
Yeah.
terrible. I'm really good at parody songs.
Nope.
Yep.
So you can't name one Montreal Canadian.
No.
Wow.
McDavid? McGregor.
McGregor, yeah. And yours starting lineup for the Montreal Canadiens. At center, Connor McDavid. In the octagon, Connor McGregor.
Wait, no, I've got to know one. I'll figure it out by the end of the
And
show.
from the future, John Connor.
Domi.
Not even close.
The kid.
Not even close. He hasn't played for the Canadians in 5 years. The last time he was playing, COVID was new.
Okay, wait.
Yeah. $10 million on the line.
My
Would you
mom's
like a
already
phone
dead.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I get to win 10 million.
Yeah, you've got the rest of you could pick your dad, your wife, or your kids.
I'll pick my dad.
Dog, you're cooked. Put the fries in the bag.
Okay, so name you. What about you? I bet you can't name a player.
Nick Suzuki.
From the nature of things.
I believe he is related to David Suzuki, actually.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, the $10 million goes to me.
Okay.
Imagine that you and me get stopped on the street. They're like, sir, can you name it? No. And then I go, oh, I got $10 million. And then they said, we're going to give you an additional million for every Canadian you could name. I'd walk away with over $20 million. And you'd have a dead set of parents.
Well, that
This is a
just
new
doesn't
reality
seem
show on the
fair.
CBC.
James, I've got a political update.
Please. We're going to get to it now.
The Libs 125.
Is it over?
The Cons 89.
Was it over?
I don't know. Is that over? No, it's 172 for a majority.
Okay, so it's interesting, being a Canadian, seeing the political climate in the States when it's election day there. Even as Canadians, like, oh man, US presidential election. Here, I forgot it was even an election until someone told me in the afternoon, because someone was like, oh, did you vote today?
Yeah, but I mean, our despite the fact that people get mad at the opposing viewpoint in Canada, it's nowhere near as polarized as in the States, right?
No, it's not even close. It's
Yeah.
not even close.
And the States, you really feel it when things go south.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, Dave, we touched on this earlier. I wanted to talk about who some of the most attractive politicians were in Canadian history.
Sure.
You were set to make an S tier list chart, and you
Yeah.
didn't do it. Which was not a surprise to me. You're a busy guy.
Mm-hmm.
No shade. No shade.
James, I'm sorry.
All right, you're pretty good.
Yeah.
I think right now in this election, Mr. Singh is by far the best looking.
Let's consider who are the candidates.
Well, the big three himself, Mr. Carney and Mr. Polyev.
Well, I don't know if it's big three anymore because I think the Greens and the PPC have more votes than have more seats than the NDP right now.
I think that has to be considered the most shocking thing as of now.
I think at least I don't know if it's finalized, but that's what it looked like prior.
Well, if they leave, they're kicking Mr. Singh out, I imagine.
Yeah. But I feel like his time is he served his
Yeah,
time.
in our lifetime, there's been many conservative leaders that try and fail. Remember the Andrew Scheer years?
Oh yeah, I do.
He wasn't good looking.
No, he looked like a bit of a nerd, right?
Aaron O'Toole wasn't good
I
looking.
don't even remember who that is.
He was the last guy.
I remember Harper.
Not good looking.
No, not good looking.
He
Not like very
he looks like a guy.
unremarkable.
No, Stephen Harper looks like a guy that smells bus seats.
But does that mean is that
Are
a
you getting up?
judgment on his looks?
Excuse me, sir. Are you getting up? I'd like to. Well, yeah. Some people you look at them and go, "Well, that guy's a pervert."
He had very thin lips, Stephen Harper.
Let's talk about Justin Trudeau.
Yeah.
The buck stops there.
I mean, yeah, it's tough he's a tough guy to beat in terms of looks. Especially,
Better looking than Jean Chrétien, Paul Martin, Brian Mulrooney, William Lyon Mackenzie King.
what about Kim Campbell?
Yeah, he's better looking than Kim Campbell.
I don't even remember what Kim Campbell looks like.
Well, many years ago, I wanted to do a show featuring a bunch of ex prime ministers, and I wanted you to play Kim Campbell.
Okay, I can see it. Let me look it up. Let me
Yep,
look her up.
sure. So, about a month ago, we announced the Dave Kaufman lookalike contest that we did not follow through on in any way, shape, or form.
Oh yeah, I
Perhaps
could be Kim Campbell.
Kim Campbell might be able to either apply to look like you, or alternatively, you could apply a Kim Campbell lookalike contest.
Yeah, I think so.
So, are we about to see a sample here?
A Campbell sample?
A Campbell sample, yes.
Give me a second. Let me.
All right.
Here's a sampling of Kim Campbell.
Here we go.
Here's a bunch of different
Former
shots.
prime minister for a very short period of time.
Let's see. Can I do this?
Yeah, we'd need to maybe, do some work with your hair.
Yeah, yeah. But the foundation is there.
Right. Yeah, we've got some building blocks in place where you can look like the one and only Kim Campbell.
Let's see here.
Of Campbell's Soup.
Yeah, there's a nice pic of Kim Campbell.
Yeah, I don't think it would take too much work. Maybe we get some different hair dye.
Yeah, but she has curlier hair in other shots.
True, yeah.
Her hair is everywhere.
Isn't that already a song?
Yeah, about Kim Campbell.
All right. Dave, I prepared a series of videos.
Okay.
It sort of exposes the lighter side of Canadian politics. Now,
Good.
we've done a variety of CanCon episodes. This one is very specific because it doesn't get any more Canadian than Canadian politics.
Mm-hmm.
Or as they might say on the CBC, Canadian politics.
Yeah.
Dave, are you ready to watch some of these videos? Can I hear, before we get into it, let me hear your Canadian news person voice.
Good evening, everybody. It's me, Jean
Jacob Jingleheimer.
Jingleheimer Smith. I'm coming to you live, covering the Canadian election.
Hold on. Did you just say John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith?
His name is my name, too.
Well, it's John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. No, I'm a different person. Wait, you're John Jacob Jingleheimer
Smith.
Smith?
Yeah. His name's not my name, too. My name's different.
All right, we're throwing to John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith of the CBC on location in Ottawa.
Thank you, James. I'm on location here in Ottawa for the CBC, and I'm covering the election. We've got a bunch of parties. Everyone's having a good time.
All right, now, John, which party have you attended most recently, and can you tell us about some of the scenery at the parties?
Sure, there's a birthday party, a lot of balloons. It was a little kids party. I brought my family there. We had a big cake. And,
John, you're losing your voice a little bit.
What do you mean? What do you mean I'm losing my voice?
Dave, you've never been great at voices.
Oh, we're out of the impression?
Yeah, the bit's done.
Bit's done?
Bro, you're cooked. Put the fries in the bag.
All right, well, signing off over here, it's John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith.
You know, it really is hard to say that. It's really second nature to say Schmidt.
Not to me, James. That's my name. John Jacob Jingleheimer.
Also, this is the
Smith.
second week in a row we've made a John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt joke on this show.
His name is not my name, too.
All right, well.
Signing off from the CBC, from a party, it's me, John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith.
Great. That may have been the high point of tonight's show. Dave, you ready to throw to some of these videos?
Yeah, sure. Well, let me pull them up. Okay, I got them.
Now, first one features the aforementioned former Prime Minister Stephen Harper. Dave, we love to see covers of songs on this show because we cannot show originals.
Sure, this is
copyright infringement.
Shows a lot like the CBC show Under the Covers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Dave, this is Stephen Harper doing a cover of Guns N' Roses' Sweet Child of Mine.
Let's begin.
Yeah. Oh.
Pretty good lyric. Oh,
So the video ends with a drum beat.
well, the video ends. That's the CBC stinger that takes it out.
Now, clearly, I did not watch this video in full. We got a 2-for-1. Not only did he cover Guns N' Roses,
Yeah,
covered John Denver.
yeah.
Now, do you remember when Sheryl Crow covered Sweet Child of Mine for the Big Daddy soundtrack?
I mean, I remember where I was when I first heard Sheryl Crow's cover of John Denver on the Big Daddy soundtrack.
No, she covered Guns N'
Oh
Roses.
fuck!
Yeah, apparently you don't remember.
I remember where I was.
Now, she really softened that
I had a
song.
rope around my neck and I was standing on a stool ready to
Good
jump.
Lord. Good God Almighty, man.
Yeah,
Stephen Harper managed to make an even softer version.
yeah.
And I like that instead of oh, sweet child of mine, he goes, oh yeah, sweet child. I don't even know if you could consider what he does singing.
No, it wasn't singing.
He sings in the same cadence as a character from Sesame Street. She's got eyes of the bluest
Yeah,
skies,
but
and
James, he's not a trained musician.
he looks like Ellen DeGeneres.
he's a he's a prime minister, James.
No, he's clearly trained. He knows how to play piano. And when they were doing the guitar parts, it sounded like DSL dial-up.
Well, that's not his fault. That's the backing band. Do you know the name of the backing band, James?
No, but I think it was on the drum kit.
It was on the drum kit.
What did it say?
It was the Van Cats.
Oh no.
Presumably they were from Vancouver, maybe.
Now, that sounds like a band that is absolutely booked for NDG Porch Fest.
Yeah.
Hey, we're the Van Cats, and I'm also former Prime Minister Stephen Harper. Almost heaven, West Alberta. He probably thought so much of himself. Hey guys, this will be pretty slick. How about West Alberta
Well, it's nice. He
instead
was
of
a
West
serious.
Virginia?
He was a serious guy.
Yeah, but then he
And,
showed his softer side by
yeah,
being
it's
part of
nice
the
to
Van
see
Cats.
his softer side with the Van Cats. It really humanizes the
I
band.
think in all the covers we've shown, those were the two worst covers we've ever seen.
There's no shot that those are the two worst covers we've seen.
They absolutely were.
Not even. They were good.
Yeah, okay, you know what? You know who's pretty bad? That band we saw a couple weeks ago in like that backyard.
Yeah, we've
Who did,
seen
like Pink Floyd.
legitimately awful bands. That was like it was listenable in the sense that like
No, it wasn't.
wasn't
That
nails
was
on
like
chalkboard.
being at someone's wedding and you turn and you're like, who's this? And you go, oh my God, they booked the Van Cats. One of Canada's
Yeah.
worst bands.
The Van Cats.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it goes the Moffats,
Yeah.
Serial Joe, and then
Yeah.
the Van Cats.
Yeah. What about Mocha Only?
As part of Swollen Members.
Yeah. Well,
Imagine like you're up late at night and you see one of those like now it's Canada, a 2-disc compilation of Canada's greatest music featuring Serial Joe, the Moffats, Swollen Members, Wave, Sum 41, the Van Cats.
we all remember where we were when Sheryl Crow covered.
Or do we?
Yeah.
Well, she didn't cover John Denver, but here's someone who did. Almost Heaven, West Alberta. An absolutely awful display of music.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think that was that bad.
Okay, well, let's go to the next clip, Dave.
All right.
I can't recall what we have on tap.
You want me to spoil it, or let's just play it?
Oh, now I remember. So this is a politician who's been accused of being a racist.
A serious accusation.
Yeah, this might be the most Canadian delivery of a series of lines of dialogue I may have ever heard.
Let's begin.
For shame.
No. I hear the word racist from that side.
Do you have the fortitude or the gonads to stand up and come across here and say that to me, you son of a bitch? Come on. Daryl.
Order. Order. Yes.
He's John Jeffrey report.
Well, that's coming up soon. John Jeffrey, not to be confused with John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith. This guy, I can't remember what are they saying his name was?
Daryl Stinson.
Daryl. When I saw this today, I was like, this guy really reminds me of my grandfather.
Sure.
Look, the way he goes, why don't you say it to my face, you son of a bitch? It's like classic old guy Canada. And then you hear him muttering the word a-hole. And then this is in Parliament, and it looks like a series of neighbors getting mad at each other. Yeah. He walks away. Oh, come on, Daryl.
Do you have the gonads?
Yeah. Do you have the fortitude? Do you have the gonads to say it to my face? Come on, get over here, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like Jacques Parizeau.
May he rest.
Yeah, sure. I mean, this guy also probably needs as rest in somewhere.
This guy looks like he just got into a fight at NDG Porch Fest. Someone's like, Van Cats suck. They're racist. What? Who said that about the Van Cats?
He's also in the Van Cats?
No, he's a fan.
Oh, he's just a fan?
He's their roadie. Come on, Daryl. Just leave it alone. Show yourself. Do you have the gonads? Do you have the fortitude? You son of a bitch. I'm going to start saying, try it, Dave. It feels good.
Say, do you have the fortitude?
No, it's got to be more from the diaphragm. Coming up.
Let me listen one more time.
No. I hear the word racist from that side. Do you have the fortitude or the gonads to stand up and come across here and say...
Do you have the fortitude or the gonads to come across here and stand up?
He's like a hockey coach on the bench asking the referee to clarify a bad call.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, he could have been on a panel that precedes Coach's Corner.
Yeah.
Dave, what do you think about this guy's courage and fortitude?
I mean, it's a bold move.
As some of my French friends may say, lui là, il pas peur.
Yeah.
He's not scared.
Would those French friends also say, go Abs go?
They would.
Yeah.
Now, Dave, you can, come on, let's pronounce the H. That was a little demeaning.
What was the meaning?
It sounded like you said go Abs go.
Was that not that's the meaning?
I think it's a little demeaning.
Oh,
Dave,
sorry.
I'd like you to apologize to our French viewers. In French, please.
Salut tout le monde, tous les voyeurs de Atom with James.
Voyeurs.
Oui. Qu'est-ce que je peux dire? Je suis sorry.
Wow. Ça, c'est un gros dommage.
Je suis sorry.
Ben là, pour tous les gens qui écoutent ce soir, je suis désolé pour le français de mon ami David. Dave, let's go to our next. Is it possible that I have finally found someone whose French is worse than mine? The answer is yes.
I'm for sure.
Yeah.
There's plenty of people whose French is worse than yours, James. My English isn't good too.
You son of a bitch. Okay, let's get to it. Next clip.
This guy should have said doo-doo feces.
Our next clip features one of the more unattractive politicians in Canadian history.
Whoa, James. He said that while this guy was on screen.
Well, he's not the politician.
Okay, good. Just checking. This guy's pretty good looking.
Late this morning, Prime Minister John Chrétien arrived at the Old Home Week Fair. There was only a small crowd and security was relaxed. This was just to be a photo opportunity for Chrétien. No one expected what happened almost immediately. Police arrested 23-year-old Evan Brown, a member of a new group calling itself the PEI Pie Brigade.
The government was made accountable.
Because it sure as hell doesn't happen in this country! What's your name? What's the problem anyway? My name's Evan Brown. What's my problem? I think just about everybody in this country has a problem. Aaron Colazar is another member of the group.
One of the representatives of the PEI Pie Brigade has put a pie in the face of Jean Chrétien, a direct hit I might add, and this is for all of Jean Chrétien's social crimes, but in particular because he is force-feeding genetically engineered food on the public of Canada without any testing.
That guy looks like he likes dinosaurs. Wrong?
That was the highlight of the night, Dave. Let's keep it going.
Keep the clip going? All right.
Of course, yeah.
Visit to the washroom and without his jacket.
Also, just, Chrétien, he had like, did he have Bell's palsy or something?
He may have had some affliction.
Yeah, we shouldn't be commenting on his looks too much, James.
Je suis désolé, là.
I'm just saying, you should probably apologize.
Monsieur Chrétien, je suis désolé. C'est tout.
Just to reiterate what James says, he's sorry.
Chrétien continued through the fair, and his personal security detail became much tighter. How did you feel about the pie throwing incident?
I don't comment about it. No comment.
But for the RCMP, this is a major breach of security. It happened quickly, and it caught police officers unaware. John Jeffrey, CBC News, Charlotte.
It wasn't quick at all. He was walking. The guy just puts his arm out, slowly puts it in his face, and sort of lightly jogs away. And then you hear some slight gasping.
Yeah, this is the Canadian equivalent of when.
It was a JFK assassination.
Well, actually, I'm thinking of when Leo Harvey Oswald was murdered.
By Jack Ruby.
Jack Ruby, yeah, the extreme versions in the States, and we get the slow motion pie.
He got either a shaving cream pie or whipped cream pie from, and I quote, the Prince Edward Island Pie Brigade.
Yeah.
I love when they were interviewing the dinosaur guy. Direct hit, I might add.
Yeah. Pie or die.
Yeah, that guy is soon to be featured on Love on the Spectrum.
Yeah, Pie Diddy.
And then the first guy, what was he like? I don't even remember, Devin something. Also had a Canadian voice.
Yeah.
It's time for them to be held accountable.
Yeah. They don't have the gonads.
Yeah. I want a piece of you, you son of a bitch. Can we go? I like that they went to the slow-mo review.
What do you want to go back to?
I want to go back to the first. I want us to watch the first pie shot, the original one at the beginning of the clip. This guy does this with absolute and utter ease.
Let me find it.
And then let's really listen in on the shocked audience.
This was just to be a photo opportunity for Chrétien. No one expected what happened almost immediately. Police arrested 23-year-old Evan Brown, a member of a new group calling itself the PEI Pie Brigade.
Let's pause there. He doesn't even smush it in his face. He just sort of puts it up and places it and then runs away.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened to that guy.
Should I look him up?
Please do. As we do that.
What's his name again?
We got it. I know he's 23.
All right.
Can we scrub the video to find his name, Dave, please?
Yeah, I'll find it.
The ball. Pie Brigade. Of a new group calling it arrested 23-year-old Evan Brown, a member of a new group calling itself the PEI Pie Brigade. The government was made accountable.
Can we pause this video, please?
Yeah.
Now, as you're doing that, Dave, many years ago, 15 years ago now, I took a trip to Belgium to wrestle, and on that trip I was able to visit a variety of different places, including France, but as well as Sweden, and I wrestled this guy who had put a pie in the face of the King of Sweden, and he then was arrested for treason and somehow evaded jail time. Smushed a pie in the face of the King of Sweden. He was part of the Sweden Pie Brigade.
Really?
There are many chapters.
Or the Pie Brigades?
Any update on, Evan Brown?
No, but I found a Wikipedia article called these by the about the Antarctistes. The
Okay.
Antarctistes were a Canadian satirical political group active in the late 90s and early 2000s whose members threw cream pies at political cultural figures whom the group deemed to be in need of public embarrassment. A member of the group, who identified himself only as Pope Tart, told the Montreal Gazette in 1999 that the group's core philosophy was, you work for us, you can't be too big for your britches, or you'll get a pie in the face.
I agree.
Yeah. The other figures pied by the group include Jean Charest, Mario Dumont, Stéphane Dion, Alan Rock, Pierre Pettigrew, William Johnson, Pierre Bourque, Jean Doré, Jacques Parizeau, Bernard Landry, and Jacques Duchesneau.
Jacques?
Jacques. Quebec politicians were the most common target, although the group also pied Sylvester Stallone during a 1998 promotional tour. The group
So
also...
they pied all these Quebec political figures, but also Rambo.
Yeah, the group also inspired other attempts at pieing by offshoot groups across Canada. After the group released an updated hit list of desired targets in 1999, which included Chrétien, media mogul Conrad Black, and pop singer Celine Dion. Chrétien was successfully pied in the year 2000 by Evan Brown, a member of an offshoot group from Prince Edward Island. And Ralph Klein was pied in 2000. So the Pie Brigade is an offshoot group of these Antarctistes and criminal charges.
I love this.
Evan Brown, who pied Jean Chrétien, was found guilty of assault and sentenced to 30 days of jail time and ordered to contribute $50.
And the award for most Canadian
towards a
crime.
victims' compensation fund. The shame from the experience led Brown to quit his acting career and moved to Halifax, Nova Scotia, to become a theater technician. He became a theater tech, obviously.
Yeah, somewhere right now he's blacking out an improv scene.
Later writing a one-man show about the experience.
This is unbelievable. I'd like to announce that we're trying to find... I wonder if we could get this guy on the show.
Let me see. Okay, Evan Brown, there's an article on the CBC about him. Oh, it just links to itself. Hold on.
That's another very Canadian thing. Click here for more, and the CBC links to itself.
Yeah.
We have to try to track this guy down.
Okay, it's loading. I want to see this guy's Fringe show.
Pie guy.
Oh, it's like an interview. It's like an audio interview.
Well, this was 2000 and what? 2000 or 2002?
Yeah, so the CBC interviewed him in 2012, 2 years after, or I think, yeah.
No, it was 2002.
Oh, so 10 years after he did the pie.
Well, this guy's almost 50 now.
Yeah. And
Wow.
he's broke because he had to give up $50, which for a Fringe artist is a lot of money.
All right. Well, I feel like we should just stop there. But there's a couple more clips to go.
Sure.
Let's do it.
Well,
let's
we
wrap
should check
these
it on
up.
the election. Okay. The Liberals are at 151 seats projected, and the Cons are at 128 seats projected so far.
All right.
And it's 172 for a majority.
This has been an incredible night of mispronunciations for you. The Liberals.
Well, because it just says Lib.
And the name Jacques.
It's the video clip just says Lib.
All right.
So that's what I said. All right, you want to watch another clip?
I'd love to.
All right. Got two more.
All right. Let's begin.
Rising on a point of order.
Mr. Speaker, we all know that the rules of the House do not permit us to eat in this place. And I can't help but observing that during the last vote, a number of people were eating in their seats, including the Minister of Defense, the Minister of Canadian Heritage, and the Prime Minister, who appeared to be hiding a bagel in his desk. Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister has already stained this place with corruption. He does not need to stain it with mustard as well.
So far, being accused of eating a bagel with mustard.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you go to Tim Hortons. Can I get the sesame seed? Oh, with butter? No. Cream cheese? No. Just give me some mustard.
Yeah.
This guy was so proud of his little burn.
Yeah.
I guess you could eat, if it was like, oh, I'll have a roast beef sandwich or smoked meat on a bagel, which is a great treat.
It's possible, but that's not what he was saying. He just he
Yeah.
blanked on the improv about what he could be eating.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
let's watch the end of the clip.
Order. Right Honorable Prime Minister, on the same point of order. Order.
Indeed, Mr. Speaker, I apologize. It was a chocolate bar, but I apologize. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
You know, people say he eats too many chocolate bars.
How, in God's name, do you mistake a chocolate bar for a mustard-covered bagel?
I don't know.
This guy's over here unwrapping a Three Musketeers.
Yeah.
Silver wrapper, looks like a turd. He's eating it. I think Trudeau's eating a bagel over there. Hey, are you sure it looks like a chocolate bar? No, I'm certain. It's a mustard-covered bagel.
I think he's eating doo-doo feces over there.
Shh, Michael, you've already brought enough shame to the Conservative Party of Canada.
People say he eats too many chocolate bars.
Hey, guy from the Canadian Anti-Acne PSA, give it a break. It's a bagel.
I'm out of stuff.
The other guy stands up. Do you have the gonads? Do you have the fortitude to admit that you've been eating a mustard bagel, you son of a bitch?
You know, it really does seem like Parliament's goofy. Like,
well, I remember growing up, again, a second grandfather reference of the night. He'd be watching this, go by, and it's just order now, right honorable MP out of Whitehorse. It's just that for hours.
it seems like if our biggest concern is whether or not the opposing party's eating, then we're doing pretty good.
Eating bagels.
Yeah.
Eating a plain goût bagel from Tim's.
That sounds nice.
It does sound nice. They don't cook them enough though.
No. I prefer a plain goût bagel from St. Viator.
Dave, I have one clip left.
Sure.
And this is either Canada's shame or it's something to be proud of. This is in Parliament, a place to pass laws, policy, this, that, and the other. And this is what they're talking about.
Why does this government treat Alberta like a fart in the room that nobody wants to talk about or acknowledge? That is where my constituents have been at with this government for over a year. As I'm giving this speech, there's Liberal members across the aisle that are laughing at me. Yeah. And they're laughing at you. Yeah.
The honourable member for Saanich Gulf Islands.
Interrupt my friend in her speech, but I heard her say a word that I know is distinctly unparliamentary, and I think she may want to withdraw it. The word was F-A-R-T.
Are you serious, Mr. Speaker? Like, is my colleague actually serious? I just gave an impassioned speech about supporting Alberta jobs, and that's what the leader of a political party stands up and has to say? No, I don't withdraw it.
Decorum is important and respect is important to this place. I remind those who are now heckling me that you are breaking the rules of this place when you do so.
Indeed, in dealing with unparliamentary language, the Speaker takes into account the tone, manner, and intention of the member speaking, the person whom the words at issue were directed, and it goes on.
Wow.
All right, so as Mr. Speaker needed to take out the rule book of Parliament like they were playing Dungeons and Dragons.
U.S. President Donald.
We got another video auto playing.
To ensure that using the word F-A-R-T was unparliamentary.
Yeah, there's something I noticed, though. I'm just going to go back for a second.
Okay.
It's rising on a point of order.
Sorry.
Why does...
The lady who says fart is from a district called Calgary Nose Hill.
Oh, yeah, you never been to Nose Hill?
Yeah. So she's probably, smelling farts all the time.
I like that she's like,
You know
I
what I'm
just
saying?
gave an impassioned speech about Calgarian jobs. Like, you can't use the word fart in your speech and have anyone believe it's like, wow, that was really impassioned. They'd be like, man, she had me until she started talking about farting.
They treat us like a bunch of turds.
How did she frame this fart thing? A fart in church?
A fart in the wind or
Does
something.
this government treat Alberta like a fart in the room
fart
that
in the
nobody
room.
wants to talk
fart
about
in the
or
room.
acknowledge?
So I guess she
That
means
is
like
where my constituents
something
have been
to
at with this
ignore
government.
or something to joke about.
Yes.
And then she has the gall to say, and my constituents or whatever are laughing at me. Yeah, because you're talking about farting. It's shocking.
But I do, I do.
I understand where she's coming from, but she could have said, why do they treat us like an afterthought? She's talking about farting.
No, I agree with that. I think that she phrased it like an idiot.
And then Elizabeth May went full Karen.
Yeah, exactly. That was what I was going to say. It's like so petty to then
She used a word FART, which I'd argue sounds more ridiculous than saying the word.
Yeah.
I'm going to start using that. They're treating me like a fart in the room.
Which
and then
comes
someone's going to go,
from your BUTT.
But people are going to go, what do you mean? I'm like basically a fart in the room. And then someone's going to go, oh yeah, the way they treat us in Calgary. I'm from Calgary and I've been treated like a fart in the room for the past 15 years of my life.
Yeah.
Don't dare treat me like a fart in the room. I'm from Nose Hill. We're as tough as nails in Nose Hill.
I just, I feel like Canadian politics is...
Don't treat me like a fart in the room.
It's hard to take too seriously when people are making speeches with fart in it and then will refuse to say fart because it's too much of a derogatory term.
Kill your whole family. Call me a fart in the room.
Name a Canadian.
Name one Canadian or I'm going to blow your mother away. I can't do it. Dave, let's get one last election update before we say goodnight and goodbye.
All right. Let's see. Okay. So, it's on screen right now.
Yep.
It looks like the Liberals are ahead.
Yeah.
150.
That guy looked very unhappy. The man who's very pro-Pierre.
Yeah.
Looks like a former wrestler, the Total Package, Lex Luger.
It does kind of look like Lex Luger, although he...
This is the point. This is the point of the show. Right now, there's a lot of tense faces at the Polyev camp.
Yeah.
This guy...
NDP got 9 seats.
This guy in the front row rooting for Polyev and the Ottawa Senators. So this guy's just into losers. He's sitting there like, oh no, the Sens are down 3-1 to the Leafs. At least I've got Paul Polyev.
Oh shit! It looks like Pierre is losing his own riding. If I'm reading that correctly. That's not good
to me,
for him.
everyone's like, oh, he really things fell apart for him once Trump introduced the tariffs. So like, I think it fell apart when he got rid of his glasses.
I'll say this though, Pierre Polyev, better looking than Bruce Fanjoy.
Yeah, Bruce Fanjoy looks like he's on the wrong side of the dirt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somewhere Bruce Fanjoy's watching this. Hey, they're talking about me like I'm a fart in the room. I'm gonna kill them. What's this guy showing? This guy's got one of those menus from a restaurant that has too many things on it. Well, they've got
Chinese
Italian
restaurant
food.
menu.
Okay, well over here we can get the special fried rice, but on this side it's a bunch of deli food. So I get a hot chicken sandwich. Look at this thing. This is more food than I can even wrap my mind around. A special political coverage coming from Mark Rowland tonight.
Oh yeah.
Because he's bald.
Yeah.
Dave, final thoughts before we say goodnight.
Well, it's always nice to see the democratic process.
Dude, you're falling apart. Democratic.
And, it's not important whether you win or lose. It's how you play the game. And I'm going to go home and study the roster of the Montreal Canadiens for the last game.
Shocking news coming out of the CBC tonight. Correspondent John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith was caught slurring his words on the air, using phrases such as democratic, liberal, among others.
Well, you know, he's a good man.
All right. Well, I'm glad to know that this fictional character is a good man. Dave, thanks so much for tonight. We'll be back a week from tonight, maybe at 9:30. Who knows? And frankly, clearly, who cares? Till then, I'm James. You are you. We were here. Good night. Goodbye. Farewell. Be well. And tonight, Canada votes.